What's going on, y'all? B Taylor again, and we have yet another problem with the Durango. This is an 04 Durango, Dodge Durango ST. So it has the 4.7 liter V8 engine. We're having problems where trying to start the vehicle, it will crank but not start. Very annoying, but there could be a number of issues with it. So we have intermittent problems with it cranking and starting. It'll crank, but it's a hit or miss whether or not it starts. And even when it starts, the RPMs seem to be pretty high, even at idle. When you're driving it, there are fluctuations with the RPMs, and there are hard changes for the gears, going from one gear to the next. So trying to dwindle it down, we seem to think it could be the throttle positioning sensor. That could be the culprit. You'll see stuff like that on YouTube. Some of the videos are pretty long though. So I just wanted to do this one to show at least this problem. Let's try to crank it up. So right now it's not starting. All right, let's check out the TPS sensor. Okay, so here goes the TPS throttle positioning sensor right here. This is the connector. This looks to have been replaced not too long ago, but let's hope that's the problem. Let's take it off. And I do have a replacement. It's an NTK. Don't know if it's quite. What's going on, y'all? This is B Taylor, and you are tuned in to DIY by Style channel on YouTube. Today we're gonna go over doing an oil change for a 2015 Dodge Durango Limited. It's a V6 engine, and it does take 5W20 oil. We're also going to replace the filter on there, which is right there with the cap open. Items that you're going to need for your oil change and filter. Obviously, you're going to need the oil and the filter. I got these from AutoZone. They had a deal for 5 quarts plus the filter for about 40 bucks. There was another 10 for another quart. So that's the Platinum High Mileage by Pennzoil. This is the full synthetic, so that's for high mileage vehicles. I also have my shop towels because I'm going to make a mess. I'm sure of it. The tools that you're going to need, it's pretty simple. You're going to need a wrench, a socket wrench to remove the lug nut from the oil pan so it'll drip. And this right here is the one you're going to need. It's a 1/2 inch socket that you're going to use for that. To remove the filter in the compartment, you're going to need a 15/16 inch socket. For this one, it's a larger hole to put it in, so I need a larger socket wrench in order to do that. And of course, you're going to need your own oil catch pan, which I have right in the front right here. There are a few things that you need to prepare for if you're going to do it yourself. I know a lot of people like to go to the mechanic or the dealership to get their own to get their oil changed. For me, I like to save a few dollars, and I like to get some of the better Hey everybody, I want to be real quick here because I know you guys have other things to do. I have an 04 Durango here, 4.7 liter V8 engine. It gave me a lot of stalling problems. Originally, it seemed to be intermittent. However, I was looking online and they gave you every solution in the world as to why it's stalling. And this is while driving, it's while idle. The first thing I saw was the idle air control valve, which is this guy here, if you can see that. There was also the TPM, the throttle positioning sensor, which is right above it there. There were other issues in terms of online, of course, where you see these blue things here. These are the ignition coils. So it's a V8 engine. There's 8 ignition coils, 4 on either side, and underneath those you also have the spark plugs There were a lot of issues, you know, that online told you it could be. So I went one by one and replaced those. There were also sensors on the passenger side of the wheel. If you can see there's a sensor right there, which is the crankshaft, and then there's another sensor right about there as the camshaft. So I replaced all of those, and I still had my stalling problem. There were two other things that they wanted, well, not they, but that I saw online that could be replaced as to the reason. And one of them was the fuel pump, which I didn't want to touch. And then the other one was the basically the computer, the